Hello students, hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to start a new topic from unit number 10, that is Telangana economy, and the topic here is discuss the agricultural economy in India. So as we know that there are three kinds of sector in our economics, that is agriculture sector, industrial sector and service sector, and we also know that maximum or the majority of our population depends upon agriculture sector. So what is the importance of agriculture economy in India? Let us see. So this topic consists of 5 points. You need to write this topic in points. Alright, so there are 3 points written on the board, then we will continue next 2 points. Let us start with the first one. As per Alan Savory. What is the name here? As per Alan Savory. Who is this person? He is a famous ecologist and a livestock farmer and a president of Zimbabwe. Alright, the 3 importance points are there on this person, that is Alan Savory. First, he is a famous ecologist. Then second, he is a livestock farmer. Then third, he is the president of Zimbabwe. So what Alan Savory is saying, let us see. So as per Alan Savory, agriculture is not merely crop production. He is saying that agriculture is not just producing crops or growing crops. Alright, it is not that small thing. Merely means very small. Alright, if I just keep a small piece of chapati in your plate, will it be sufficient for you? Either in breakfast, lunch or dinner? That will not be sufficient. That is very mere, M-E-R-E, means very small in quantity. So what Alan Savory is saying here is agriculture is not merely crop production. Means whenever someone says you the definition of agriculture, everyone says about that it is producing of crops or crop production. But Alan Savory is saying that it is not just crop production, but it is production of food and fiber. It is production of food and fiber. Food means obviously you know. Then what are fibers? Fruits, vegetables, nuts, all these things comes under fiber. So according to Alan Savory, agriculture is not merely crop production, but it is production of food and fiber from land and water. Like as you know, all the crops are not grown on land. Certain crops are grown in water as well. So here there are 2 things I have written over here, that is land as well as water. So according to Alan Savory, it is agriculture is the production of food and fiber from land and water. Agriculture is the production of food and fiber from land and water. Food and fiber from land and water. So according to Alan Savory, this is the proper definition of agriculture. Then next side, agriculture sector is mainly rain fed. Rain fed means it is maximum or heavily dependent upon rains only. Apart from rains, we do not have any other sources. Alright, for agriculture, water is necessary, water is must. So apart from rains, we do not have other sources. Yeah, we do have other sources, but those are not sufficient. The water in rivers, oceans, lakes and ponds are day by day decreasing. So the only option left with our Indian farmers is to depend upon rains. That is the main point written over here, that our agriculture sector is mainly rain fed. That depends a greater extent on underground water resources. On a maximum extent, on a greater extent, we depend on which sources? Underground water sources. This is the second important thing in the first point. The first thing was, as per Alan Savory, agriculture is not merely a crop production, but it is production of food and fiber from land and water. Then second thing, agriculture sector is mainly rain fed, which is depending greater extent on underground water resources. Let us go to the second point. Nearly 55.49%. How much? 55.49% of state population depends upon agriculture. How much of population is depending only on agriculture? That is 55.49% of population. So, nearly out of 100, more than 50%. How much? Out of 100, more than 50% of the state population is depending upon agriculture. Then next thing, Telangana is the 12th largest state. Telangana is the 12th largest state with a geographical area of 112.08 lakh hectares. How much of land is there? 112.08 lakh hectares. You need to by heart the points and numbers. Yeah, it will be quite difficult in the beginning, but if you practice each number 5 times in your notebook, then sure it will become easy for you. So, till now we have discussed 2 points, that is 55.49% of population. Then Telangana is the 12th largest state with a geographical area of 112.08 lakh hectares. So, how many points completed? 1 and 2. In point 1 we have discussed about Alan Savory. In point 2 we have discussed that it is the 12th largest state and how much of population is depending upon agriculture. Third point, you might have seen that a table is drawn. That means how much area of land or what type of land is having how much area, that is represented over here. Like you see, net cropped area is having 48.98 lakh hectares. How much land is it covering? 48.98 lakh hectares. Whatever the numbers which are written in this column are in lakh hectares. Is it clear? Now let us see what kind of lands are having how much area of land. Like net cropped area is having 48.98 lakh hectares. Net cropped area is completed. Then gross cropped area is having 60.59 lakh hectares. Net cropped area, gross cropped area. Cropped area means the part of area where we are growing crops. That is called as cropped area. So, net cropped, gross cropped is done. Then next, forest with 26.98 lakh hectares. Non-agricultural use with 8.34 lakh hectares. Then fallow land with 15.78 lakh hectares. Not fit for agriculture with 6.07 lakh hectares. Then pastures with 5.94 lakh hectares. So now how much area forest is having? How much area of land that is not at all fit for agriculture? Then what agricultural use are there? That land. Then the lands which are not for agricultural use, like poultry farms, dairy farms, this won't come under agriculture. So, how many non-agricultural use lands are there? That area, how much they are occupying, is represented in a tabular form, in a table form. Now here 2 points or 2 terms might be you did not understood, and because of that reason specifically I have written the meaning of those 2 terms, that is, one is fallow and pastures. These 2 you did not understand. So, the meaning of fallow is the surplus land or land after ploughing. Means surplus land means the extra land or land which is left after ploughing. Ploughing means what? The hard land. Okay, the land will be obviously very hard. In order to sow seeds, first we need to make that land fertile. So what we'll do? We'll do cattle rearing. Might be you have seen farmers backside and in front they'll be having cattle, and back some instrument will be there. Like, why do they do that? Because in order to make that land fertile. Is that clear? That procedure is called as ploughing. So, the extra land which is left over after that ploughing is called as fallow. Means they have made the land fertile, but they have not completely used it. Some extra lands are also there. That extra lands are called as fallow. Then what is the meaning of pastures? The land covered with grass for grazing. Might we have seen that goats, sheep, these animals are the farmers take these animals for grazing. To which areas? To pastures. Pastures are the area where the land is completely covered with grass. Such kind of area is called as pastures. So, in this table what we have read, which type of land is having how much area we have discussed. First point is about Allen Savory, second point is about how much population is depending on agriculture, and it is the 12th largest state. Then third point, we have read a complete table of what type of land is having how much of area. Then next we are going to discuss fourth and fifth point. So let us start our fourth point, that is Telangana state is gifted with bountiful of resources. Bountiful of resources means number of resources which you cannot even count by the blessing of the Almighty. So the Telangana state is gifted with bountiful of resources. Then second, it is gifted with good soils, means we have good and fertile soil which is suitable for agriculture, so that we can do farming and grow number of crops and increase our national income and just become a developed country from a developing country. So Telangana state is gifted with bountiful of resources and good soils. The major irrigation is fed from Godavari and Krishna river. Just now as I said, the agriculture sector while growing the crops in the agricultural fields, we require water. That is nothing but irrigation facility. So this irrigation facility we get from the river Godavari and Krishna. So the water from river Godavari and Krishna is used for the irrigation purposes in agricultural fields. So this is our fourth point, that Telangana state is gifted with bountiful of resources and good soils, and its major irrigation is fed from river Godavari and Krishna. Coming to the same point, continuation, ICRISAT and ICAR are the major agricultural related institutions. Major means very big or important. agricultural related institutions are ICRISAT and ICAR. Let us see the full form of ICRISAT. That is nothing but International Crop Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropics. What is the full form of ICRISAT? International Crop Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropics. Then what is the full form of ICAR? That is Indian Council for Agricultural Research. So these two ICRISAT and ICAR are the major important agricultural related institutions. So fourth point is completed. What we have discussed in fourth point, that Telangana is gifted with bountiful of resources, good soils, and we are getting the major irrigation from Krishna and Godavari river. The next point, two full forms we have read, ICRISAT and ICAR. These are the major important agriculture related institutions. Let us see the fifth and last point of this topic, that the major crops are rice, jowar, red gram, green gram and maize. These are the major crops which are grown in India. What are the major crops grown in India? First is rice, second is jowar, third is red gram, fourth is green gram, last is maize. Is that clear? So these are the major crops. Now let us see what are the major cash crops. The first one is palm oil, cotton, chilies, turmeric, groundnut, soya bean and sugar cane. These are the major cash crops. Let us repeat it once again. Palm oil, cotton, chilies, turmeric, groundnut, soya bean and sugar cane are the major cash crops. So fifth point, what we have discussed, what are the major crops and what are the major cash crops. So all through we have discussed 5 important points in the agricultural economy in India. So the topic has come to an end. Hope you have understood all the points and hope you have also noted down all the points. Please practice it regularly for 2 to 3 times every day without fail. Then only you are going to score good marks in economics. So see you in the next classes with some more and interesting topics. Till that, stay home, stay safe and stay healthy and never stop practicing.